Hi, this is Elaine Starling, and I'm sharing again some of the tips and information that I got during my stroke when I believe I had a conversation with a higher power. So I wanted to share with you one of the secrets behind what's actually going on when you're not having the best day, when stuff's hitting the fan and things are not going the way you want them to. Because you are a tiny chunk of God walking around here on earth. And God is flowing through you. Call it spirit. Spirit is flowing through you all the time. And you're like this big pipe that allows everything to happen because it flows through you. And that's how things happen. Life isn't that much about you. Life is through you. So it's about how you show up while you're here. That's really the secret. That's really the key, is how you show up. So if you imagine that God is up here at the top and you're like on a pendulum. You've got this string coming down and you're a weight on the bottom of the pendulum. I gotta line these things up right, or my imagery is gonna be totally off. So when you're in alignment, life is good. And you've got this kind of column that you ride in. Imagine that that's the diameter of your straw. Okay, so as long as you're lined up, within your straw, there's a little bit of wiggle room in there, but as long as you're lined up, life is good. It's okay. You may have, a minor inconvenience, something that's kind of a hassle, but it's not that big a deal. You can just roll with it. But when things go cattywampus and you're off to one side, that's when you feel a great deal of frustration or anxiety or anger or irritation. That's when you get into those strong emotions that don't feel good. You might be beating up on yourself when you're way out of alignment. All that means is you're getting a signal that you're not in the channel. You've tried to bust loose and go off kilter away from where you're supposed to be lined up in your channel. And the better you are at broadening and expanding your pipe that spirit flows through, the less things bother you and the more adaptable you are to the situation and what's going on around you. So when you feel a negative emotion, when you feel an unpleasant emotion, all you need to do is realize, wait a minute, I'm a little bit out of alignment. I'm not seeing myself. I'm not seeing this situation the way God sees this situation. Now, I know that there are horrible disasters. There are awful things that happen to really good people, and they certainly don't deserve to have these terrible things happen to them. Recognize that from God's perspective, you are an eternal being. So whether your body exists or doesn't exist really isn't the point. The point is that spirit lives on through you. And what happens to you and to those around you are influenced by what happens to you. So how you show up and how you respond to adversity, that's really what God's looking for. God wants you to step up and find a way to be more capable and more resourceful in the moment when stuff's hitting the fan and you're having a bad day. And it doesn't matter how extreme it gets. When you understand that you are spirit, you are eternal, you cannot ever completely disappear. Yes, your body can disappear, but you do not, and you're still able to connect with the people you know and love, regardless of what form you take, physical or otherwise. It allows you to relax a little bit. You aren't quite as stressed about the dangers that you face, about the fears that you have, because you're good. You're okay. No matter what happens, you're going to be okay. And the critical thing to understand, when you feel those negative emotions, those unpleasant emotions, it's a wake-up call. It's God sending you this big stoplight saying, wait a minute, you're looking at this the wrong way. There's an opportunity for you to be more capable and more resourceful right now. And once you're willing to get out of ego and stop insisting that you're right about this situation, once you're willing to be more receptive and open to the opportunities that are there, then you're going to feel a whole lot better about what's going on. Candy and Pamela, thank you so much for joining me. Unfortunately, I'm almost done. So You came in at the very end. You missed all the good stuff. You'll have to watch from the very beginning. Anyway, I just wanted to share this piece of information that I received during my stroke. I believe I had a conversation with God. I got a lot of great insights, and I wanted to share them with you. I'll be sure to share another insight with you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me, Pamela and Candy. Sorry about the timing. Bye-bye.